Last year, I was forced to abandon the purchase of a new armchair mid-transaction because the shop assistant used the terms well gel and amazeballs.
What does well gel and amazeballs actually mean? I wasn't asking you, Jack.
Amazeballs?
What? I've never heard. Have you heard the
Does
phrase
amazeballs mean good?
Yeah, it's like amazeballs means good.
Good.
And well gel is from Towie.
From what?
From what? Oh, shut up. You must know what I'm talking about.
You mean the only way is Essex? What does well gel mean?
Jealous.
So he's selling you an armchair. What shop are you in, first of all?
It's a place on the Kilburn High Road. Right. I don't know the name of it.
That's fine, that's vague enough.
Good.
OK.
It's like a sort of second-hand furniture, junk kind of place.
Yeah. Of course, things aren't going well, David. Of course you're going to get out... You're going to get out Kilburn High Street to buy a second-hand chair. So he's trying to sell you the chair, right?
And no, I'm trying to buy the chair.
You're trying to buy it?
Yeah.
And in what context does he say you're well gel?
He was talking on his mobile.
But how did...
To who?
I don't know.
But are you saying that you abandoned the transaction because you were put off by his...
I was put off, I mean, by the poor customer service, by not really understanding a lot of what he was saying.
And was amazeballs, was that part of the transaction?
It sounds so wrong coming out of your mouth.
What sort of chair was it? A Chesterfield, a low-back chair?
Is there a Chesterfield chair?
No.
I thought that was a sofa.
Well done, I was testing you.
Oh, good.
Well, if you're really fat...
The armchair round I've been hoping for.
So what are you going to say, Lee? Is he telling the truth?
What do we think?
I think this has got the ring of truth about it. He wouldn't be able to cope with the conversation with OMG and amazeballs and well gel in it.
No.
I think it would physically upset
Physically
him.
upset him.
Yeah.
But did you leave specifically because he said amazeballs? Was that the point where you just thought, I've had enough?
It was the fact that he was talking on the phone, the fact that he was saying things I didn't understand, the fact that I was just in general stressed at talking to someone I hadn't been formally introduced to.
So what's it going to be?
You're saying a lie, you're saying true. I'm going to say... lie.
You're saying it's a lie. David, is it the truth or is it a lie?
It is a lie.
Oh. I once refused to help a hang glider who had become tangled in a tree because 2 hours earlier he had been rude to me in a car park.
David C.
I love it. How high up in the tree was he?
He was about 2/3 of the way up of the tree. You probably want to know the height of the tree, don't you?
Yes, please.
The height of the tree was about how high he was plus a third.
So he wasn't 2/3 of the way up the tree, he was 3/4.
He was...
If he was 2/3 of the way up the tree, then the height of the tree was how high he was plus a half.
That is a fair point, isn't it?
He's made you look an idiot.
Yeah.
Where was the car park?
The car park was just near a cliff.
Right, yeah.
What was the altercation that you had with him?
He took the last space that I considered my space. Because I got to the space in the car park, and I did that thing where I was waiting with my hazard lights on.
Yeah.
He came around the corner, and just as the person pulled up, he pulled straight into the space. I got out the car, I would say menacingly. I approached his car. He got out the car, bigger. And I said, forget it then, you know. That's your attitude.
So
Did he get his equipment out then?
No. He'd already belittled me enough.
Where was this tree? What were you doing when you came across this tree with him in it?
I was just going for a stroll with my wife.
And you heard a noise. Did you hear him or see him first?
I heard him first.
You heard him. What was the sound that you heard? You're talking to your
can you
wife.
imagine a kite hitting a tree, times that by 50, and then add a human? That is what it sounded like. obviously, I took the smart-ass approach and I went, oi, think you'll find I was going to park there?
What did he say?
He went, help! Can you... Oh, help! And I couldn't see him at first, because it was just a sort of mess of tree and hang glider and
What sort of tree was it, Lee?
It was a big one.
No, trees have names, don't they?
Brian,
was it
the
an
big
oak
tree.
or a birch or an ash? The species of tree.
I'm going to go for oak.
But was it an oak?
No. Look, I'm walking along with my wife. Crash! Pow! Wow! Is that an oak? That's not how conversations go, is it? You're going, there's a man in a tree fighting for his life.
A man in a tree shouting, help, help,
Help!
me,
I'm
help.
stuck in an oak, I think.
And what did you say to him as he shouted
That's
help?
not an oak! You're confusing me now. When I have to relay this on Would I Lie to You, I'll get all confused. And it's your fault. I don't know. I think it might be a sycamore. Can you just help me?
A sycamore?
Yeah, when he fell out, he went like that all the way down.
And what did your wife have to say about this?
My wife said, we must help him. And I said, I refuse. I absolutely refuse.
And she just went along with
Nope. She climbed that tree.
Yeah.
She climbed that tree.
With her bare hands?
No, she got human hands. She climbed that tree, and luckily she had some nail scissors, and she slowly started cutting at the many bits of tangled up bits around him, until eventually she managed to help him get down.
The hang glider had strings like a parachute.
Sounds like a parachute, doesn't it? Yes.
I should point out, I'd walked away, and this is just the story that my wife recounted.
And then when did you next see your wife?
I still haven't seen her since.
So what did she...
He was a very good-looking Spanish guy, apparently.
All right.
Super. Well, this is definitely true. Do you believe this?
No.
A lie? Yeah. No, I think we think it's a lie because of... We think it's a lie because of what he said.
Lee, was it the truth or was it a lie?
Of course it was a lie.
I once stole some toilet paper from George Michael's house.
Lee?
Was it new or used? Was it beside the bed on the floor crumpled up, or was it from a roll?
I'm amazed he has toilet paper in his house, because he's normally at the gents in the park.
Yeah, it was in his house. In the toilet. Not in the toilet, like, on the roll.
What were you doing at George's house?
It was a party. I think it was his birthday.
Were any of his relatives there?
You think it might. Well, I mean, what was the occasion?
Well, it was a party. What do you have parties for?
Well, I have parties for all sorts of reasons.
Well, it was one of those reasons.
All right, then. Why did you steal the paper?
A memento.
How much did you steal, Jamelia? What sort of quantities are we talking about here?
Not like just like a square.
One square?
One square?
And then you did this. That's not a square. That's an oblong.
The toilet paper squares are oblong. You know, they're referred to as squares, but they're not perfect squares at all. They're oblong. They're definitely longer than they are wide.
You're the only person in the world that's noticed that, David. Everyone else goes like that, just that, but not you. I say. Excuse me, darling, pass me the ruler. I think this is actually an oblong, not technically a square. Well, how long ago was it?
A few years.
3, 4 years? Give me some figures.
About 3 or 4 years.
Oh, right, that's handy.
What's Jimmy?
No further questions, Your Honour. False. I think if you were going to steal something from George Michael's house, you would steal something a bit better than that.
Hey, what do you want? To take a flat-screen TV? I mean, there's taking a memento, and then there's just being a thief.
I think you're edging towards saying it's a lie, I suspect.
I think it's...
Me and Jimmy think it's a lie, but Terry, if you're going to overrule us, then...
No, I'm just going to disagree, and that way I'll look great if you're wrong.
You won't look great.
Fair enough. Hey, what about... Give them your brutal quipping, not me.
Oh,
I'm on your team.
Right, Jamelia, you're going to have a bit of brutal quipping. Go on, we'll say that's a lie, Jamelia.
OK, so, Jamelia, they're saying it's a lie. Are you telling the truth?
It is true.
It's true.
For one term at school, the other boys called me Two Hats, because my mum used to make me wear 2 hats to keep warm.
Lee?
Sure they didn't call you twats? OK. Describe the first hat.
The first hat was a dark blue woolly hat.
Right.
And it had a bobble, but that was cut off.
Ah.
Wow.
What's the second hat?
The second hat was my school cap.
Sounds like a pretty tough school. Did you wear shorts?
Yes.
Did they make you wear 2 pairs of shorts?
Yes, but that was for a different reason.
My nickname was Porky.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because you used to wear a pig on your head?
Because I smelt the scratchings, no. I was, a bit overweight. 2 hats, that would be nice.
What's it going to be?
I think it's true. I think the bubble.
OK.
Bob, what are you thinking?
The name 2 Hats feels a little bit 1960s East End London.
Well, I think it's kind of New York. Hey, it's Davy Two Hats. Here he comes.
Yeah. You will not marry that girl.
You heard what Porky said, Two Hats. You're not allowed to marry the girl.
I think it's a lie. It can't be true. Not David. Not David Two Hats.
You're saying it's a lie. David, was it a lie, or was it in fact the truth?
It was a lie.
Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. And it's up to Lee's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Carlos. David Hay, what is Carlos to you?
This is Carlos, and I accidentally knocked him down in a boxing demonstration.
Ramesh, how do you know Carlos?
This is Carlos. I once broke my strict vegan diet because I didn't want to offend him.
Finally, David Mitchell, your relationship with Carlos.
This is Carlos. He came to my house to deliver a pizza, but we ended up building a bed together.
So there we have it. Is Carlos David Hay's boxing buddy, Ramesh's diet destroyer, or David Mitchell's DIY delivery guy? Lee, where do you want to start?
David Hay, the haymaker. Where was this demonstration?
It was at my gym.
Is it your gym?
At my gym in Vauxhall.
And you were demonstrating as...
I was demonstrating. He works in a school that I used to go to when I was a kid, and the kids came to the gym to do a boxing demonstration.
Oh, I see.
And he got in the ring, and I do this thing where I let people punch me and I don't punch them back, and they get points if they can hit me in the face because I'm really quick.
OK.
And as I was doing that, I kind of put my arm out, and I don't normally hit people. I'm quite controlled, but this time it just sort of hit him, and he wasn't knocked out like asleep, but he was knocked on the floor.
And what did the kids do?
He was laughing their head. I thought it was the funniest thing.
Really? So basically, you have said to this poor man, come in the ring, hit me in the face, and you've gone, honestly, I
promised him I won't hit you back.
And you hit him back.
Yeah, I've done it hundreds of times and never hurt anybody.
For those who... I mean, I'm a bit of an authority, but for those who don't know much about boxing, could you show us? Could you just demonstrate what sparring is?
Imagine you're you and say Rob is Carlos.
Well, no, I can't. I
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Come on,
You are tall. I'm 6'1". You must be what? Okay, nothing sudden.
OK, what we were doing, we had the gloves on, he was punching me, and I'm sort of blocking, so he's trying to hit me.
So shall I try and hit you?
Yeah, he's trying to hit me.
I can try and hit you. What are you going to do back to me? That's fine. Oh! I had you then, didn't I? Watch that one. Ooh. Oh, he's getting ready to hit me, I can feel it. Can I give you one in the stomach? Ready? Oh. Ready? Here we go, ready?
Oh!
Yeah! You're getting in the gentle one back. No, I don't want a gentle one back. No. It was very nice, thank you very much.
As I said, I get back what I give again.
That was hard.
All right.
Who do you want to ask next?
OK, so, well, Romesh, you broke your vegan diet to be polite.
Exactly.
Yes.
OK, so where were you?
I was in a restaurant.
And who is this gentleman to you?
He worked at the restaurant.
Okay. What was it called, do you remember?
Yes, it was called Benito's Hat.
And what did you order, Romesh?
I went for a burrito, a vegetable burrito.
So it's Mexican food?
It is Mexican, yes, Martin. I didn't know you were a connoisseur.
Well, what was it he made you eat?
Well, I was sitting eating my burrito on my own. It was quite a dark scene. And then he came over and he said, you're the comedian, aren't you? We said, you're a comedian. I said, yes, I am. And he said, we've got this for you.
What was it?
It was like this sort of... I don't know what it's called. It was like a dessert, but it looked like it had more dairy in it than I'd ever seen in my life before.
And dairy is not good for a vegan. They don't like dairy.
It invalidates... You lose the badge.
Are there any vegans on the panel? I'm not a vegan.
I'm not a vegan.
Not a vegan. So you're a vegan. David Hay is a vegan.
I eat a plant-based diet.
A plant-based diet? I picture you like a brontosaurus pulling trees up by their roots, just grabbing at the tall leaves.
Brontosauruses are vegans.
I know, that's why I said it.
Yeah, they don't.
Shall we change your blanket?
So it's a free dish because he likes your comedy.
Yeah. So he says, "Oh, I've got this for you."
Yeah.
And I just sort of felt under pressure, you know. He was like, he'd done a really nice thing. They'd cut the slice out of somewhere and they'd decorated it and they'd done a little thing with it. And I just thought, I don't want to go, you've offended my sensibility.
So how did it taste? I mean...
Incredible.
It was good?
It was one of the best things I've eaten in a long time.
I was vegetarian for about 10 years. And I always said, nope, I'm not going to eat that. I'm vegetarian.
Yes, ordinarily, if you were at a party or something, somebody says, do you want this? No, I'd not been drinking, no, but...
You could use that as an excuse.
Is that the type of vegan you are? 3 o'clock in the morning eating a kebab? Just, I'm drunk, mate.
What about...
It's called David.
Little David.
Oh, the bed story.
Right, so
he called for pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Carlos came round delivering the pizza and they ended up building a bed together.
Right. Well, what...
Was the bed a flat pack then? Is that
It was
how
a flat pack, yeah.
Was it for yourself?
No.
Who was it for?
It was for my parents.
Had they not visited before?
Well, they had visited before, but not... They
would sleep standing up.
They'd not stayed the night before in that house.
We wanted to keep things on a formal standing.
Do you think David orders pizzas? Can't imagine ordering
It's amazing the things that people won't believe of me.
I can imagine him ordering
pizzas?
Yes.
Well, what else would he do in a situation where he needs food quickly?
I think he'd order some sort of Roman feast or a Tudor meal.
I agree, but those sort of shops have been closing down at quite a speed recently.
I can't imagine him just ordering...
Tudor meal? I could just speed dial Tudor meal. I'll just have the Tudor meal number 4. With extra wrens.
So he knocks on the door. When he knocks on the door, did you have a plan that when the pizza man comes round, you're going to ask him, or was it a spur-of-the-moment thought?
Well, the body of the last pizza man was beginning to smell.
You murder one pizza man, then you have to murder another pizza man. That's the domino effect.
The bed was...
And you've been trying to make this bed on your own.
I had.
Which bit had you got to?
Well, broadly, I'd managed to get the sort of side bits in the bed head bit.
Right.
And some of the kind of slats were more or less in
Let's
place.
be honest, you've almost finished then.
You put the slats on already, but you still haven't done the bottom.
Yeah, I couldn't...
You didn't do the slats at the end.
Put the slats on before you attached the 2 side bits to
What else had you done? Had you also made the bed and plumped the pillows? I mean, how far had you gone in the wrong order of all this?
So the doorbell goes, here's your pizza. Oh, it's you. Hello, mate. Here it is, extra pepperami. There's the money. You give him the tip.
I haven't given him the tip yet. The tip happens later. I give him a much...
Oh, my God, I want you to come to my bedroom and then... there may be a tip in it for you.
No, I come to the door quite hassled. I think possibly holding 2 or 3 random pieces of wood.
Yes.
And I say, I'm terribly sorry, but could you just help me with something? For a minute. I'm just trying to assemble a piece of furniture.
Right.
And I just need someone to hold the other end while I shove something in. I can't vouch that those were my exact words.
All right, well, we need an answer.
Yeah.
Well, we need to rule one out. That would help.
Could just rule one in, and then that's quicker.
I would rule little David out.
Definitely.
Rule little David out.
Yeah.
Well, then we're left with the haymaker, let's say brutalising the teachers in a one-sided fight, or Romesh. I mean this in the nicest possible way, Romesh, but your face doesn't scream accommodating.
So what's it going to be, Lee? Time to make a choice.
We want to go with David.
The haymaker.
Haymaker.
We'll go with the haymaker.
You're going with the haymaker. Big David Hay, you're saying it's a teacher. You accidentally knocked him down on the floor. OK.
Yeah.
Carlos, would you please reveal your true identity?
Hello, my name is Carlos, and I made Romesh break his vegan diet.
Yes, Carlos is Romesh's diet destroyer. Thank you very much, Carlos.
I once booked a holiday to Costa Rica because I thought it was in Spain. I only realised my mistake when I sat down on the plane.
David's team.
Where is Costa Rica?
It's in... between America and South America.
OK.
Central America, they call it.
Sorry?
Central America, yeah.
And you realised when you sat down on the plane?
Yes.
What made you realise?
When you sit down on a plane, it has a chair in front of you, unless you're the pilot, and it has like a little square on it with the map that you're going to go on, and it says how long the flight is going to be, and this flight said 14.5 hours, which I thought was a long time to get to Spain. And...
Suddenly you're a geography expert.
Anyway, so it had all of the dots, and the dots were going away from Europe to Central America.
And who were you with?
By myself.
And where were you going at the time? Was this a holiday?
Yes, I was going to do a yoga retreat.
And when you booked the flights, was there no information about the landing time?
No, I booked the holiday, and this is bad, on a lunch break on my iPhone while crying. So I was paying so little attention.
OK.
I'd just broken up with my boyfriend, and the only time I had off work was Christmas and New Year. I decided that rather than being sad in the UK, I was going to go away and do something, like, really healthy.
So how did Costa Rica come into the picture?
Well, I was Googling yoga retreats, and when it said Costa Rica...
And in your mind, you've always associated Costa Rica.
Yeah.
I see.
Yes,
Costa del Sol.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, there is a logic to it.
Of course.
OK.
Yeah.
And so...
I love the way you did that. Yeah. I love the way you turned as if it was them that didn't quite understand that.
Did you get that from the office?
Rob, I'm going to break the news gently. You're the only one in the room that hadn't actually thought...
I hadn't put two and two together.
Do you make this mistake all the time? Like when you go to Costa Coffee, do you think that was a lot quicker than I thought? It swings around about, doesn't it?
Yeah, the first time. Now, what was it like?
Costa Rica? Because it's not in Spain, there's lots of different insects and scorpions that we don't have in Europe that we've banished, and they've all gone to Costa Rica.
What insects do you remember?
Tarantulas.
They're not insects, they're arachnids. So.
All right, David. OK.
Well, let's be factually inaccurate, shall we? Because that never causes any problems as you enter the 9th hour of your flight. Spiders are not insects. Costa Rica is not in Spain.
OK,
this is why education is so important.
I've just got one more question. Did you see any monkeys?
Yes.
What kind?
Black and white ones.
This has all been noted. Continue.
Did that help, the monkeys?
Yes.
Do you remember how you paid for it?
On a debit card.
Right.
Things are going fine.
Did you not think It's a little bit over the Spanish budget.
No, I didn't, actually. There's a couple of factors just to take into consideration. Number one, it was over Christmas, New Year, so everything's much more expensive.
You were going away for Christmas on your own to a yoga retreat.
Just split up with a boyfriend. Show some sympathy.
Oh, yeah, but you don't want to be on your own at Christmas.
Don't fall for this. It's the classic bride and chat-up line.
Yes,
I do. Just say that.
Do you know, I've got a flat in the centre of town. You should come. All right, what do you think? Is she telling the truth?
I've got a few problems with this. I think you can get there faster than 14.5 hours. And there are howler monkeys everywhere. That's why I asked the monkey question.
Are they black and white?
No.
Oh, what colour's a howler monkey?
Sort of, I'm going to say russet.
You used to be russet, didn't you, Steve?
Certain areas, still a bit. So, what are you thinking?
Oh, I don't. What do you think?
I actually now think it's a lie. I'm with you.
We'll go lie.
So, Sarah, was it true or was it a lie?
It was true.
I once hired a jet ski, but...
Lie. Again. We need to hear no more, David.
I once hired a jet ski, but couldn't work out how to stop it, so had to buzz around the bay for 50 minutes until it ran out of petrol.
I take it back, you did.
I can so imagine you doing that,
Please,
absolutely.
Steve.
So where was this?
It was in Antigua.
In Antigua?
Was this in your single lads days?
He never had those days.
Yeah.
It's your first time on the show, isn't it?
It is.
Why were you in Antigua?
On holiday.
Was the Winchester Steam Museum shut?
I arrived at the Winchester Steam Museum and it was shut, and so I went straight to Antigua.
When was this?
I think about 2 years ago.
And who were you with?
My wife.
And what got into your head? I could imagine you renting a sun lounger and opening up a weighty tome. I could imagine that. But I can't see you saying, now you relax here, I'm just going to go and bomb around the bay for a while.
Were you with your wife on the jet skis, or did she stay on dry land?
She stayed on dry land.
So you were on your own going round? You weren't with other people?
And it was your idea?
I thought I'd have a bit of a go.
What were you wearing, David?
Sort of swimming shorts.
What length were the shorts? Were they sort of Daniel Craig, or...
They weren't as long as Daniel Craig.
What do you wear?
Like shorts. I said swimming shorts. They've got a pocket.
Wow.
They've got a pocket, and they've got netting on the inside to keep everything in order.
All right. You jump on, you're looking back at your wife. Ah, look at me. And then what happens?
Well, to be honest, I'm not like, look at me at all, because I must say, as soon as I get going, it becomes immediately apparent to me that I don't like it.
Oh, no.
Hang on, here's a big question then. You did it until the petrol ran out, did you say?
Yeah.
So, did you manage to time perfectly that the petrol had run out just as you got back to the jetty?
No.
So you were stuck now in the middle of the sea?
Yeah. What I didn't do is head straight out away from the coast. At the point where my plan formed, I thought I'll just go up and down quite near the jetty, thinking I'll be able to swim to the jetty if the worst comes to the worst.
So what happened then? You just kept going, and then eventually it coughed and spluttered.
Yeah.
Talk us through.
Well, I kept going, and then eventually it coughed and spluttered.
All right. Lee, what are you going to say?
What do we think?
You have a great physique.
You've got to warn me before you say things like this.
A great physique for what?
For maybe, I don't know, a game of billiards or Cluedo.
Yeah.
And I don't quite think that jet skiing is completely your thing.
I agree.
I don't even think he has ever been to Antigua.
So you're saying lie, you're saying lie.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's a lie.
You're going to say it's a lie?
I'll go with the team.
David, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
I know how to properly wash a cow.
David's team.
How do you properly wash a cow?
With water and soap and determination.
Why do you have to wash a cow?
If they get dirty. Yeah, you need to wash a cow if you're gonna show your cow, like at a county show or something.
All right. What sort of soap would you use for a cow? A typical soap, or was it a special agricultural soap?
Use Fairy liquid.
Just the one brand, just Fairy.
I mean, you could use a citrusy, lemony, fresh one.
I think that would make the milk taste lemony.
Yeah. But the steak would be lovely.
That's true.
That's it. Because everyone likes a bit of lemon on their steak, don't they? I'd eat that.
Well, yes, Lee.
Do
you
they?
often marinate a snake.
Yeah, you certainly made me look an idiot there, Rob.
Watch this,
messing with you again.
Yeah. Yes, Lee, because...
You said snake, can't do it again. And every time you say it, I'll shout snake. So why did you have to wash a...
You marinate a steak in lemon.
Save it for tonight when you're in bed with your wife. I'm just marinating the snake. Why did you have to wash a cow?
I washed the cow because my dad's a farmer. And so we would wash the cows and take them to the shows, to like, the county shows. No, he's a nice man.
What do you mean arable? I mean, they're cows. How can it be arable?
What does arable mean?
Arable is crops.
It's crops. Oh,
Yeah, well,
wheat.
Well, have you never heard of
animals?
Duh. Have you never heard of a farmer who has a little bit of arable and a little bit of pastoral?
Well, that would be mixed farming, not arable farming.
Which was going to be my third option.
What breed of cows were they?
They are the brown and white ones.
Don't get too technical.
They're called Herefords.
Oh. What were their names, your cows?
Well, there's a long line of Dianas.
Diana's?
Diana the cow.
Diana
What
the
would
cow.
you mean by long line?
Well, Diana would have a daughter, and then that'd be another Diana.
And then the initial Diana becomes Steak Diana.
So, David, time to take a guess. What do you think?
Nick?
I'm suspicious.
You think it's a lie?
What a plausible lie.
I think it's a lie.
If you both think it's a lie...
I'm afraid so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go lie.
You're going to say lie. OK, Sarah, truth or lie?
It's true.
The police once ordered me to leave town, unspecified, because I was frightening the locals.
David's team, what do you think?
Could you give us some context, Bob?
I'll give you the name of the town. It was Castle Douglas.
Ah.
Where is that?
It's southwest Scotland.
And why were you in Castle Douglas?
Was
it a tour or something?
No, it was a long time ago. I was only 17, 18, that kind of age. And...
a numerical age, that kind.
Yeah.
Rather than iron or bronze. That's a different kind of age.
I was with two friends trying to get as close to the Gulf Stream as I possibly could.
What? What do you mean you wanted to get close to the Gulf Stream?
It seemed such an appealing, far-off, miraculous thing, this hot stream of water so near us, that it was hard to believe in it just from the textbooks.
But it's not like a spa. It's a massive flow within the ocean.
Yeah, but
you can't see it.
Well, if you're at the Logan Botanical Gardens...
there's a lovely view of the Gulf Stream.
No, but you can see the effects of the Gulf Stream. You know, it's like a tropical gardens, and so in that way you sense the influence of the Gulf Stream. Well, no, it's extraordinary.
I know all teenagers are absolutely mad on the Gulf Stream. They can't get enough of it, and it's...
And flowers.
But
that was one reason amongst many.
But the police of Castle Douglas don't mind the teenagers who'll flock there to admire the effect of the Gulf Stream. So what was it that you did that put their noses out of joint?
We scared the locals, apparently, because we were wearing very grotesque masks.
Why were you wearing masks? If you're going to gardens, why would you wear a mask?
Ah, well, here's the thing. That's a perfect question.
Yeah. Just before you answer it, have a minute.
we were travelling in a Morris Minor, and we were sleeping in the car. There was three of us. That's me mate Harry Harriman and Steve.
Steve Seaverman.
Steve, by the way. He was. You just called Steve, by the way.
He was. By the way. Steve, by the way, as in incidentally.
Yes. Anyway, we had these...
You're wearing these masks?
We're wearing these grotesque...
Why are we wearing these masks?
We're wearing these masks because we didn't have anywhere to sleep and we were sleeping in the car.
Right.
They'd been given us by Harry Harriman's mum, yeah, to keep us warm at night because of the heat generator.
What, grotesque latex masks?
Yes. They were just old men's masks, but they were to keep us warm. Harry Harriman's mum she sold these stuff from home, and she sold another thing which was called a jobble top, yeah, which was a bobble hat that made it into a jumper, and the big bobble was at the back and it buttoned down the front, and that was.
I'm telling you now, right? If this is a lie and they end up saying lie, I will say to you, why did you make it more difficult for yourself? by mentioning the joggle top, or whatever it was called.
Because I'm imagining my sleeping arrangements and think, yes, we had the latex masks on and these giant, like, what they're called jobble tops.
Right, okay. So, if you're wearing a sleeper mask and you're scaring the locals, like, normally the locals would be in bed when you're going to sleep, and it's dark, and you're in your car and you got a scary mask on it, you know.
No, we were just... on our daytime drive from Dundee to Castle Douglas...
With masks on.
As we went past
Keep
people,
your faces warm.
we were staring at them with our scary masks.
Why did you not remove... Because I would say, from my experience of sleeping all night in a classic car in a latex mask and a jobble top, you get quite clammy. And so in many ways, it's quite a relief to take the latex mask off for the next day's drive.
Yes, and Dave,
not to mention how it helps being able to see where you're going.
Yeah. But then, no, of course, we take the mask off in the morning, but then round about midday, you wanted to put it back on. Yeah.
At what point did the police get involved? Didn't the police get involved?
We parked up in Castle Douglas, right next to a shop, because we wanted to get one of their famous Scotch pies. As we came out of the shop, I was grabbed by a policeman, and it was a sergeant, by the way.
Sergeant, by the way? So that's how you got away with it, because you said, don't worry, that's me dad.
Maybe it was.
I'm a sergeant, by the way. I think,
So the sergeant, by the way, he took me to the police station, and
so he arrested you?
Yes, put in a room, and then the sergeant and a plainclothes detective came in.
Plainclothes detective? Oh, yeah. What? CID have now got involved.
And then they said, you're going to have to wait here. We've sent for a specialist from Edinburgh.
and then, as we sat there, it came in and said, right, what's with the funny faces? They said, what's with the funny faces?
So what did you say?
Well, we explained what had happened, that we had these funny faces, that we slept in them, and that we're terribly sorry to have caused any offence.
So presumably then they released you?
Sergeant, by the way, followed us till we were out of the city limits. So that's my story. It's quite a holiday.
What do you think?
I know what I think.
What do you think?
I think it's true.
You think it's true?
Yeah.
That's not what I think. Cian, what do you think?
I'm going to go untrue.
OK, Cian's going untrue. Adil's going true. David?
My initial reaction is it's a lie. Let's say it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie?
Yeah.
Bob Mortimer.
Yes?
Was that story true? Or was it a lie?
It was true.
No faith in me twice now!
Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to Lee's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Tony. Welcome, Tony. Rod, what is Tony to you?
This is Tony, and for 5 years he was my badminton doubles partner.
Right. Sally, what is your relationship with Tony?
This is my uncle Tony, and last year I asked to have a go on his mobility scooter, and I drove it into a pond and wrote it off.
Right. Finally, David, how do you know Tony?
This is Tony, and when I was little, he used to help me get to sleep by telling me bedtime stories about the war.
Isn't that lovely? There we are. So, Rod's badminton buddy, Sally's scooterless uncle, or David's bedtime storyteller. Lee, before you start asking, I'm going to bring a chair on for you, and you can have a lovely sit down there. There we are. You relax there. Lee.
Sally, does he use the mobility scooter a lot?
Quite a lot. He's had 2 hip replacements.
So he can get by without the fact that he walked on fine tonight.
Yeah,
is...
sure.
He can get by. I don't think they're just for old people. You know, I've got a bath with a door. I think it's nice.
That was more a DIY mishap, though, wasn't it?
No, I think it's nice. Just open the door, step in, wait for 19 or 20 minutes while it slowly fills up in freezing cold. I think it's lovely.
Why did you take the mobility scooter in the first place?
Because I was going to play a psychopath in a film, or a psychopath on a mobility scooter. And I said, can I have a go? Because I can't drive a car.
Sally, how far did you drive before you went into the pond? What was the distance?
I didn't know I had it in reverse.
So you were very close to the pond?
So I wasn't far from the pond, but it was facing that way.
Right.
And I took it out of park the wrong way and went backwards.
And was your uncle with you at the time?
Yes.
How much instruction did Tony give you before you got on the mobility scooter?
Well, that he thought, as he said afterwards over tea, many, many times, that it was quite self-evident how one drove this thing. He said all it had was it's got a little, gear tiller, and he thought that even a nincompoop...
Backwards or forwards, that's about
it. Did you say gear tiller?
Yes, well...
That's a nautical expression. But you obviously felt, on some subconscious level, more comfortable at sea.
Did you buy your Uncle Tony another mobility scooter?
How much was that mobility scooter?
Yes, how much was that mobility scooter?
It was £1,500.
For a brand new mobility scooter?
For a brand new one?
Yes, because it...
Hang on, is that right, Des? Should we move on to Rob?
How long ago were they that you were playing badminton as doubles?
That we were doubles partners?
Yes. How many years ago?
10, 15 years.
You were... and when did this end? When did this end?
We had to stop because I was getting on a bit.
And how did your partnership begin?
Well, we played for the same club.
What was the club called?
It was in West London.
West London, go on. Yeah, you can't remember the name of the club?
It was called Old Actonians.
Old Actonians Badminton Club?
Well, yes.
Did you wear the full gear, shorts and, looking...
No, I wore a miner's helmet and he wore a frogman's outfit. Of course we did
Did you ever win anything yourself and Tony?
We won a lot, yeah.
And why did you come about playing together then? Why didn't you go for someone, no disrespect to Tony, why didn't you go for someone a bit
Because
more...
we complimented each other's game.
When you say you complimented each other's game, you went, you're good, so are you. Come on.
Out of you two badminton players, Rod, who would you say was the better?
Tony was a much, much better player than me. Tony played for England.
This started out, we were just knocking around in a West London club. Now, he is the Rafael Nadal of badminton.
Why, if he played for England,
yeah,
and he was so good,
yeah,
why is he choosing you to partner him?
I think it would be fair, and Tony wouldn't mind me saying that he when I played with him, he'd have been probably in his... I think he was in his early 70s.
Whoa, when you were playing with him?
When I was playing with him, yeah.
OK. The prime age for badminton. particularly international level. OK, David, what's your connection with Tony?
He lived next door when I was little.
And he read your bedtime stories?
He would occasionally babysit for me and my brother, and...
It's feasible.
Made up, or this was just his stories from the war?
Not out of a book, but ostensibly true.
Did he ever just shout them through the wall?
Surrounded by Germans, and so, basically,
I'm trying to get to sleep.
I don't care!
How old were you?
I think I would have been...
23.
I think it's around the time I was sort of 5, 6, 7, that sort of...
It could happen. I had another neighbour who would sing me nursery rhymes and bounce me on the knee and...
Am I the only one who had parents? Yeah. What's going on here?
I think perhaps what it was, Lee, with you, is that your parents found it very hard to find any other adult who was willing to take sole responsibility for you. Now, let me ask you this. Would Tony ever come round not for babysitting, but just to tell you some of these stories? Or would it only happen when he was babysitting?
I think it started when he was babysitting, but he'd come round quite a bit anyway with my parents.
David, you just did an upwards inflection. I've never heard you do that before. That's so not like you.
Right?
Sometimes he would come round anyway. What's happened to you?
I'm on national television. I'm getting a bit defensive about talking about my abuse-ridden childhood. That's all it is.
Of all the war stories that he told you that helped you go to sleep, what would you say was your favourite?
Well, I think the thing that I found most interesting was the story Tony told about his mother, who during the war worked in the library in Oxford.
This is the interesting one.
And what she had to do was they had to compile and analyse and place photographs of the Japanese coastline.
I'd say what, it's getting better. Carry on.
In preparation for an invasion of Japan.
And you said, thank you, as a 5-year-old, that's very interesting.
No, because by the end of the story, I was asleep.
It's time for an answer, Lee. So, is Tony...
I'm still trying to get the idea in my head of just passing David's door and hearing a man inside play. I mean, obviously, with the coastal line off Tokyo, it's very hard to determine whether we should have a land invasion or by... Oh, you're asleep. Oh, OK.
My job is
Nighty-night. Tight. Don't let the Japanese invade.
I think, Rod, we can discount. There were too many flaws.
I agree with you. I think it's one of the other two. And I got a horrible feeling that it's David in the middle there.
I know which one David is.
All right, what about the mobility scooter with Sally?
Have you ever taken your driving test?
No, I've never even taken it.
You can't emphasise the word even if it's the same thing. Have you ever taken your driving test? I've not even taken it.
So Lee's team, is Tony Rod's badminton buddy, Sally's scooterless uncle, or David's bedtime storyteller? What are you going to say?
It's not Rod.
It is. Tess, what are you going for?
Sally.
Sally?
I think David.
And in a weird way, I've now gone back to Rod. I am. Thank you. You can see it in his little Welsh eyes. But you're not. In his little devious Welsh eyes. And trust me, if there's one thing I know about working on this show, it's a little devious Welsh eyes. Rod or Sally?
Or Sally?
It's Sally.
Sally?
Yeah, it's Sally.
It's Sally.
Sally. Right. Tony, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Tony, and Rod was my badminton partner for 5 years.
Yes, Tony was Rod's badminton doubles partner. Tony, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.